5 examples. Jens, do you want to?
Yeah, I mean, we already figured out. So even if CATIA and 3DX are very mature and good products, no doubt, but from time to time, you or your users may have a wish list because some things are missing. So this could be either on automating your processes or bringing in new calculations or bringing in new integrations or whatever. And yeah, when it comes to this point, there's the option, and this is something where also a lot of our products have been born, yeah, also or invented. Also, the remove invisible was at the beginning a pure customer project. Yeah, so we have the possibility, and CATIA provides different technologies in order to leverage it. Yeah, I mean, here we can go quickly through it. I mean, knowledgeware you might probably know. Here you can do already a couple of automation and checks and show something in the CATIA tree. CATIA automation is a scripting. Maybe some of you are already using it because it's, let's say, quite simple, but sometimes also limited. Yeah, it's intended to automate certain steps and processes, or on top. So if you really want to do tight integrations, as you have seen with Carver or QChecker, where we touch the geometry, where we have own features in the tree and so on, then there's a capability of the so-called CAA development. So that's purely C++ development. It's also licensed, okay, but that's our topic. And you need also, I mean, that could be also something for you, no doubt, but if you go this way, you have to really ensure that you have 100% person working on it, because just in the evening, that does not work, doesn't fly. But we can provide services, and we have 5 examples on how it could look like.
Correct. So first one is MedBeaver. So that's a customer situation where you have the 3D model and you want to make screenshots of the 3D model. That's not something really sophisticated, but here the additional input into the resulting JPEG files is a transformation matrix. So there's additional information written to the JPEG file in the header, having the knowledge about the orientation, camera position. So this is a very simple user interface where the user can capture these images, store it. From existing images, you can load it, and then the position will be changed in 3D. So the interface is CATIA, CAA development. For the customer, it saves a lot of time. Before, the previous process was always translating the CATIA data to a neutral format, loading this into a new application, screenshots need to be made, the camera positions need to be added, and then they have the final JPEG. So a long way to get just one image. Here it's very easy to use for the end user. Everybody can just use it, open the rectangle, push the screenshot button, and you have the right away used screenshot.
So we do not expect that you will have the need one-to-one to this application, no doubt. But this should give you some glimpse, some ideas of what is feasible. I mean, we have also customers using this screenshot functionality from certain angles in order to export it to a PowerPoint, for example. Yeah, have it directly in the right management format, just clicking on the button or running some batch process and getting out the perfect PowerPoint, yeah, also with some text input. So therefore, we do not expect that you directly need these applications, but maybe with this input, you can find other places where you can improve your processes and make your engineers happy.
Correct. Give you ideas of what is feasible. That's the intention of what we are showing. The result will be a screenshot, and the customer will use it then in downstream processes for measurement plans, and the real measured results then will be attached to the 3D or to the JPEG model.
In this case, they have a quality tool.
Correct.
Where they need this kind of information in order to check whether the real data in the production is according to the CAT data.
Yeah, correct. Okay, second example. With Myla Kipper, that's a project we did about bill of materials. So the product itself is restructuring the assemblies according to their structure, to their needs that are further on also needed when they do a sync with SAP. So it also generates automatically text leaders and bombs, and finally creates bomb tables that are put on the drawing or as well in Excel sheets.
Which will be later sent to SAP.
Correct. And
so it's a couple of different functionality what they are using here in order to fulfill the need for the SAP exchange. Yeah, and having all the relevant bomb information in the different formats what they need.
Correct. So you have also an inbuilt CATIA application where the user can go step by step through the different scenario steps, reassemble it, or restructure it first, creating the text leaders, creating the bomb list, and one fully integrated. Also with status queries, you have history and updates integrated in the CA interface to see if things changes between revisions. You get the update status, and you can just click on the local update to get this pushed to the 3D.
And it was also very, very interesting because it started with a small CATIA Excel application, to get this to extract information from the CATIA model, put it to Excel and save it, and then the users get more and more hungry. So they figured out, hey, that's working great. That's exactly what we need. What about if we do more in this process to fulfill fully the requirements for the SAP and bomb integration?
Indeed, the initial scope was much smaller, and then with the continuous delivery, correct. With the continuous delivery, we delivered first prototypes, and then discussed a lot and exchanged with the customer, and then users get hungry, and new ideas were born. It's just again showing how it looks like. You have the 3D structure, the bomb, and the drawings. So the drawing is automatically created. The text leaders are positioned. The drawing table is positioned on the drawing itself, but also exported to Excel with a specific format. Also, the customer here had very specific requirements on the format, how the Excel sheet looks like, depending on the processes, depending on the products, with colors, with text sizes, very customizable and adjustable to these templates. Okay. Another example. I take this one. Yes. Also here, this is also a rather simple looking one. Maybe I show you this one. This is about airbag fabrics. So you need to cut it in a certain way, but there are some rules and ISO standards you have to follow. So there's a tolerance list, and depending how it looks like, where there's some section and so on, you need to follow these tolerances. So quite annoying, and of course not easy to do it for the end users to make offsets of a contour. This is an easy contour, but they have definitely much complex ones, and they told us that it could take up to 2 days to just create offsets in a proper way. So on here, automation, and to make it simpler and less error, with less errors, automation is definitely the topic. So we started with the interface. Very easily, you select the contour, you select the tolerance class, and then it automatically creates you the offsets, the inner and outer offsets. Saves time and resources of the customer, very beneficial in terms of automation. So here it's about creation really of geometry inside of CATIA.
Yeah.
AVB.
Good, that's also von Automotive OEM a bigger application in the meantime for what is this best English word? Arbeitsvorbereitungs.
Work
manufacturing
preparation.
planning.
Work preparation. Yeah, correct. So
yeah, so where they build this geometry, where they have a lot of internal rules to fulfill. Yeah, to check. Shall we run the video?
yeah, we can run the video.
Where they are going to check, for example, the different hole pairs if everything is matching, and a couple of other rules, which is all stored in some own database. Yeah, also here very high configurable in order to adapt it on customer side, and this they do not use only internally. So this they provide also to all their suppliers, and to have one common database and one set of rules, they have this database, yeah, which is accessed by the suppliers and then brought into the CATIA models. So it's a quite huge application, but showing you what is also feasible also when it comes to integrating suppliers and having a lot of configuration and customization possibilities.
Right. Like here, finding the whole pair, a whole 6 millimeters, then you're compared with an M5. So this is also doing and creating a bill of material automatically. You have the output here in some custom-specific view, and it also generates drawings from assemblies where you can position the views automatically. And finally, we have a look in how the configuration and how the rules look like.
I think that's not too much for the timing.
A lot of things to adjust. You have every project is handled here with different settings and rules. Yeah, everything they do is set up.
Quite sophisticated. Yeah, and last but not least, yeah, when it comes to also the latest CATIA functionality, so composite in this case. So it's quite good what is available in CATIA, but building up all this plies, yeah, and taking care about the right orientation and so on. So that's a lot of manual work. And together with our colleagues in the UK, we developed for one customer some automation for that. In this case, also based on the CAA, because there were some gaps in the scripting API and provided, and this brings a huge benefit to the end users. So compared with the manual time, they are on, I think, less than 10% of the time what they need in order to build up all this plies. Yeah, and if you multiply this with a couple of parts which they design and produce, it's a huge saving. So this is really, in this case, it's really automation of the design process, making it much easier, making it also more robust, error-proven, and much faster.
Correct. So we are providing with CAA interfaces that they can develop the Visual Basic application. Okay, finally, how can it look like such a project? So we are very open when it comes to such kind of projects. Typically, we're very close discussing with the customers about their problems, having good ideas already from the many projects we did already. So working close in typically agile project setup with different models. So time and material. We have fixed price projects. We can also talk about making a product maybe in the future out of it. So different setups we can think of. Yeah, and from knowledge point of view, you already saw we do a lot in CATIA V5. We do the same in 3D Experience with our knowledge in geometry, creation, UI, calculation, electrical drafting. So I think ask us the question and we try to answer.
Yeah, and it's a common teaming with together with the product development team. So it means that all the knowledge, all the experience we have with Carver, we have with QChecker and so on, we can for sure use also in the projects.